Good evening, everyone, and welcome. I'd like to call this meeting to order, and we will begin with the Pledge of Allegiance. I need a motion to accept the agenda.
So move.
I have a motion from Trustee Shola Barber. I need a second, please.
Second.
I have a second from Trustee Johnson and Trustee McGlynn. Trustee Johnson. Trustee Murphy.
Yes.
Trustee Shola Barber.
Yes.
Trustee McGlynn.
Yes.
Trustee Hill. And I say yes. Secretary McGlynn, will you please take attendance?
Yes, all trustees are present except for Trustee Payton, and Dr. Slate is present.
Thank you. Miss Coney, it looks like we have a lot of special guests tonight.
We do. We'll have three recognitions this evening, and our first will be King Westwood Elementary School, and I'd like to introduce their principal, Miss Erica Zabatsky.
Hi, good afternoon. Good afternoon. It's been a long day. Good evening. I'm Erica Zavasky. I'm the principal of King Westwood.
And I'm Aaron Mason. I'm the assistant principal.
We're so excited to introduce have earned the Excelsior Award. First, we have Makai Cross Cuffey. Jude Daniels.
Olivia Mansuri. Madison McCarty.
And Antonio Perry.
Our next recognition is Zubatics FTC Team 16646. So we'll hear from their coach, Catherine Mills, and she'll be joined by our 4 middle school principals.
Hello. Catherine and I had the honor of coaching Team 16646 this season, and here is our wonderful team, Zubatics. Oh, sorry, they're gonna, sorry.
And then we're going to hand out individual awards. I'm Mike Hughes. I'm the principal at Lynden Grove, and I'm presenting to Zeke Sneed. Come on up, Zeke.
I'm the principal at Hillside Middle, and I'm presenting to Zeke Johnson.
Good evening, Jeff Bogan, principal of Maple Street, presenting to Karsten Mills.
I also have Autumn White,
I'm Aaron Sauter from Millwood Magnet School, and I have Jonah Antoinetti.
one of my faves. I call him Ted, but his name is Emmett Kosh. And also Aislinn Pastor. Aislinn Pastor.
I'll send you mine. Congratulations. And finally, we have two representatives here from the Michigan Instructional Leaders Association, Heather Cortland and Ashley Lenaway.
So I'm here in kind of a different capacity tonight. Good evening. I'm here on behalf of as well as Ashley Lenaway, on behalf of the Michigan Instructional Leadership Association, which my educator friends will know formerly as the Michigan ASCD. Been a board member for about a decade and currently serve as past president. And Ashley is a new member of the board, a member at large. And we are from this area, so we have the privilege to come here tonight in front of KPS board. The change in name from Michigan ASCD to MILA stemmed from a recent merger between the national ASCD and ISTE, which is like the national level instructional technology sort of arm. And it makes a lot of sense when curriculum and technology come together. And so they did a large merger and then spun off their state level organizations, which gave us an opportunity to rebrand. So this is like new as of January that we are now calling ourselves MILA. Anyway, we do continue our original mission under Michigan ASCD, which was an organization dedicated to equity and excellence in learning, leading, and teaching. Our innovative and collaborative practices work to ensure the success of the whole child across our state. With that focus on the whole child, MILA, in a coordination with MISHGA, which is the health coordinators of Michigan, kind of the Michigan organization there, funds and sponsors 3 whole child awards each year through a grant application process. And I'm pleased to be here with Ashley tonight representing Mila to present Lynden Grove with the highest award level, our Gold Award, for all the wonderful things they do for the whole child in their building. A committee from our board reviewed many, many applications, and Lynden Grove rose to the top. I will say, because I work for KPS, I did not review Lynden Grove's myself from that, just so that everybody knows it wasn't me. I just get to be here tonight.
But I did get to read it, and I was very impressed. So from their application materials, a letter of support written by a parent had this to say: Lynden Grove is a place where children are not just taught lessons from a textbook, but are nurtured as individuals with unique strengths, challenges, and dreams. We prepare all students to be at or above grade level in core content areas and to use their education to be productive citizens. The social emotional climate at Lynden Grove is remarkable. The staff make sure that every student knows they belong. The mood meter is an expectation for students to fill out daily. It's a great tool to help connect students with our in-house therapists, on-site communities, and in-school coordinator and support staff to regulate students' emotion. The school implemented community circles last year. Community circles at Lynden Grove start the students' day in a positive way, build community, teach students to be active participants, problem solvers, and collaborators. Expanding social circles allows students an equal opportunity to be heard, to realize commonalities, and to provide advocacy. Teachers check in, counselors are available and approachable, and students are encouraged to care for one another. It's a true community with a focus there on unity. So why they rose to the top. So it's our great honor to present.
Then we're gonna face. Yep, backs to the board, fronts to the audience. But if you back up. That concludes our recognitions.
Thank you. Next, we will have committee reports. Academic excellence.
Thank you. We met and it was an amazing meeting. We had a brilliant presentation from Dr. Justice, and she will do a much better job explaining it than I. So please, Dr. Justice.
We briefly talked about our summer reading program and how we're actually expanding it this year for K-5. We'll revisit that in the next board meeting once it's approved for approval in the board packet.
Thank you.
Community relations.
We met and briefly spoke about the next board meeting in community, and we discussed the 17th and the event with, I see her and I can't call her name right, but
Dr. Dewey.
Dr. Dewey, yes, for the technology and parenting in a digital age, and it was a decent turnout. It was not as much as last year. We're working on it, but it still had great impact, and we continue to work to have an impact within the community. The knock and talks will begin this Saturday, and that's about all for.
Thank you. Operations.
Operations met on February 9th, and Ms. Kaiser gave an update on budget, and we have a little bit more information now since the governor's budget has come out, but that's a long process. So so far, it's not looking terrible, so that's a good thing. So but there's a lot to come moving forward. So, and then Mrs. Jackson gave a operations update on some of our projects, and then we also had Tower Pinkster come in and talk about bond, different projects that would be up for the bond, and possible timelines on moving forward with the next bond.
Governance.
Yes, we did meet yesterday evening. Excuse me. We discussed policy as we do in a governance committee. The primary thing that came out was we, as a board, have adopted a number of policies in the last 4 or 5 years that did not actually make it to our public policy book. So upon discovering that, we did want to let you know that we will be bringing some of those policies at the next board meeting and have them read into the record, as well as updating the public policy book on the website.
Thank you. And the Superintendent Evaluation and Support Committee did meet. The primary focus of that committee is to allow the superintendent to kind of express some of the things that he may need support on. So we were able to listen to him and to figure out exactly how the board can support him. Secretary McGlynn, you have correspondence?
Yes. The correspondence on 2/5, we received an email from Raquel Juarez regarding the WIDA testing, and I replied to that. On 2/10, we received an email from Levante Hurd requesting interviews with the board for a dissertation research project, and Dr. Slade and I replied to that. And on 2/13, we received an email from Alana Wood, and she was following up with some course concerns she had, and then I replied to that.
Thank you. Parliamentarian Johnson, I need a motion for the consent calendar items. I have a motion for the consent calendar items. I need a second. Have a second. Ms. Kaiser.
Thank you, President Harrison. Tonight we have 7 purchase recommendations. The first is request number 2026-27 in the amount of $797,734. And this is to purchase 95 phonics core program. And this is funded from the Section 35M Literacy Supports Grant. Next, we have purchase recommendation 2026-28 in the amount of $41,800. And this is to purchase cafeteria acoustical panels at Edison Academy and Parkwood Upjohn Elementary. And this is paid for from the 2018 and 2022 bonds. Next, we have purchase recommendation 2026-29 in the amount of $78,780. And this is for the replacement of security cameras at 5 schools. And this includes Kalamazoo Central, Loy Norix, Hillside, Maple Street, and Millwood Magnet. And this will be funded from the 2022 bond. Next, purchase recommendation is request number 2026-30 in the amount of $145,017. And this is to purchase emergency responder communication enhancement system for Kalamazoo Central and Loy Norix High Schools. And this will also be funded from the 2022 bond. Purchase recommendation 2026-31 is for $370,409, and this is to purchase technology and security upgrades at 4 buildings. These 4 buildings are Kalamazoo Central, Loy Norix High School, Northglade Montessori Magnet, and Lakewood Valley Center, and this will also be funded from the 2022 bond. Next, we have purchase recommendation 2026-32 in the amount of $3,136,398. And this is for Kalamazoo Central High School secure vestibule and piping replacement, funded from the 2022 bond. And lastly, we have purchase recommendation 2026-33 in the amount of $80,000. And this is for flooring replacement at Southwest School, also funded from the 2022 bond. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there discussion from the board? Trustee Shola Barber.
I just want to make sure that I make a note of this, but I think 6 of these purchase requests recommendations were funded by the bonds. And again, I think on bended knee and with much gratitude to all the folks that vote in these things, because most of these things we would have to do, especially if they're involved in security, we would want to do them. So the fact that we don't have to go to the general fund and subtract from learning materials or curriculum instruction, and we can do these things is just so fortunate for our students and for the community. So huge thank you. Thank you so much to the people who help support KPS. Thank you.
Trustee Hill.
Oh, I just want to say thank you to the voters for passing the bonds, and thank you for the security updates. I think those are really important, and we have 24, 27 buildings, and we are always updating, furniture, acoustic tiles, but the security is very.
Trustee Murphy.
Thank you. I just had a couple questions. First, it is accurate that we are still using money from our 2018 bond. You're that fiscally responsible? Thank you.
Yes.
The next thing I wanted to ask, it was regarding 2026-30 for the ERCES systems. Is this something that will eventually be done in the middle schools and other buildings as well, or is it just for the high schools?
That is a good question. I might have to defer to Mrs. Jackson or Chief Webster.
What do you think?
It is a code requirement, but it is at the jurisdiction, the authority having jurisdiction. So when we construct a new building, we bring in the fire marshal, the local fire marshal, and they check our buildings to see. District kitchen, so far so good. We don't have to install one there. Radio, but Central in Norix, we had done a survey a couple of years ago, and there are areas in the building that the communication is not good. So we decided it was wise to spend money.
All right, thank you very much. And so just to make sure that I did understand that, this is a enhancement of security because cell phone reception is poor in the building?
It is for emergency responder cell phones so
Okay.
that they work in our building.
Thank you. One more question, but this is a money question. It lists Loy Norix cost and then a Loy Norix alternate. Can you tell me why there's an alternate cost? Sorry.
That's because when the system we went out to bid, we had asked for pricing for the system. There's a lot of conduit that is required at Loy Norks, and we asked for an alternate price for running all the wire in conduit and not just free airing the wire in the tunnel. So
Okay. And so it will be in the conduit and it will be long lasting and secure.
Absolutely.
Fantastic.
Yep.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Trustee McGlynn.
I know sometimes I sound like a broken record, but I will just say I am so excited to see the 95% group program. This is a program that is phonics based. It follows all the guidelines of the science of reading. I know this program that we're investing like we are right now is just something that I've waited a very, very long time to see. So I'm just so, and I know there's been lots of work in the area of science of reading, but when you see big dollars like this, you know that like we are taking this seriously. We're doing this work, and when you look at some of the other states that have had improving reading, a lot of those states are doing a lot on the science of reading. There's a lot more that goes along with it. It's not one. There's no one easy fix all for this reading issue, but this is a big step forward. So I'm just really, really excited to see it. And again, thank you, for our teachers, because it's something that they're learning. And anytime you get new curriculum, there's a lot of work that goes involved in it. I know they've been taking a lot of classes in this science of reading, so I'm sure they're going to enjoy seeing this. But just to see the manipulatives and everything come through this last year is just really great. And I know this is a lot to do with the grants that we've been able to get. So I am just very, very thankful for it.
So, as usual, going last means that Trustee Johnson. I didn't think so. As usual, going last usually means that everyone has said what I wanted to say. So I will say what I always say. There's two things that I can never get tired of saying, and that is thank you to the voters for the bond, and thank you, Dr. Justice, and your team for all of the hard work that you do. I need a vote. Trustee Johnson. Yes. Trustee Murphy?
Yes.
Trustee Shola Barber?
Yes.
Trustee McGlynn?
Yes.
Trustee Hill?
Yes.
And I say yes. At this time, we will have the superintendent's report.
Good evening, community members, board members. Tonight, we're going to just provide a brief update on some of our data related to our strategic plan. We are going to have our first community meeting on Monday, where we will, and it's open to the entire community this time. You don't have to be a parent. Anybody that lives in the city of Kalamazoo can come to the community meeting on Monday, and we will go through the different data points and kind of give you a progress report of where we stand as a district. And this is something that most districts don't do. I don't think we've done it here before, but we want to be very transparent as we share data and report out on the status and the progress of our district. So I'm going to just give a quick update on where we stand with attendance right now. This is the beginning of the second semester. Just provide some data points for our attendance as we move toward the end of the school year. So the district is on pace right now to meet the attendance goal to improve every year. I know the first year when I started, we had a 50% chronic absence rate, which means basically or more. And for folks who are around my age, when we were coming up, folks didn't miss 5 days of school. It was a big deal to miss 5 days. So I know my first year we had half of our district missing 50% miss 18 days. We have been improving every year, right? We're at 34%, a big big improvement in our chronic absence rate. I do want to just personally thank all of our parents, our teachers, our attendance teams, principals, and the members of senior leadership for that. Again, they see every single school in the district, and green is comparing this February to last year, 2024. And if you look, and this is something I'm proud to say, every single school in our district has improved attendance right now. Every single school. Big improvements in attendance. Again, that comes from hardworking teachers, principals, and also the fact that our parents are taking our attendance policy with the same kind of data. So it's just, I'm happy to say we're in the same position again this year. Becomes warmer, sometimes folks stop coming to school. So I do want to just impress upon all of our stakeholders that we expect our students to come to school. Some legal absence. And like I said, every single school in our district right now improved attendance. I've worked in 5 different districts. I've never been able to say that every time I report out on data. So again, big thank you to everybody involved with that. And our goal is for every single student in our district to have perfect attendance. We have some things in place right now. We do knock and talk events 2 times a month starting now, meaning that we go out into the neighborhoods. Principals, and these are students who are having struggles with attendance. So we go out and knock on doors with the goal of improving attendance. Also, we have a lot of incentives in place this time of year, parties for students, award assembly. So again, our goal is to end the year with everybody coming to school every day, because if our students are not in school every day, they cannot learn. Related to our attendance policy, please call your school teachers or the principal of your identified school. We have probably our biggest basketball game of the year tomorrow. We have 2, as a matter of fact, and that's our K Central versus Lloyd Norris, the rivalry. Last time we played a few weeks ago, and we had such a big crowd that we could not let everybody in. So I do want to be very clear. Of course, all of our sports programs are doing well, especially our basketball programs. But because it's such a big event, I did just wanted to put it out there to our public that once we reach capacity, we have to turn people away. And this is kind of a good problem to have, since our basketball team is drawing such a crowd. Next year, we will probably have it in a bigger site. But for tomorrow, please come early, because once we reach capacity in the gym, for safety purposes, we cannot allow folks to come in. And like I said, we have our strategic plan meeting on Monday, and we have another one, I think, March the 16th, and they are open to anybody in the community. The first time we had a couple of meetings this year where you had to be a parent, but for this meeting, it's anybody in the community. I'm going to let Dr. Dyson talk about Saturday school that starts this week, and she's our assistant superintendent for elementary schools.
Good evening, Board President, Board, and Dr. Slate. Thank you so much for this opportunity. We're excited. Saturday school is, we can say, annual now. This is our 3rd year doing Saturday school. It will begin this coming Saturday. We have focused on 3rd grade for the elementary students. They'll be in the Edison parents and families provide transportation to and from Saturday school. We do provide breakfast and lunch from local restaurants in the area, so we're excited about that for the students to really.
This is also something that's happening in our elementary schools, Dr. Dyson.
I am delighted to talk about our annual literacy night. So fun, all of the schools. Of the 17 elementary schools, literacy night is next Wednesday, February 25th, 2026, beginning as early as 4:30 and ending as late as 7. Now, that doesn't mean every school's time is that time. And so please be sure to check the website. But there's exciting themes from at El Sol is doing One Nation Many Stories. Greenwood are Greenwood School has Unleash Your Superpowers. Northeastern is doing Game On, just to name a few. Washington Writers Academy will be doing the Winter Olympics, and Woods Lake will do Dive Deep into Reading Under the Sea. So many different themes. It's going to be a wonderful evening. You may see staff dressed up in different things and students really focusing and lots of buzzing going around. So we're excited about that. And then finally, well, not finally, much more to come, but kindergarten and preschool orientation will happen on March 4th. That's a Wednesday as well, 9:30 in the morning. All the schools will have presentations and opportunities for families to come, and 5:30 in the evening. You'll notice the flyer there has an asterisk that identifies the schools that have a preschool program within the school. So 11 of the 17 elementary schools has full day preschool. So when families are coming out, bring your rising kindergarten students as well as those preschoolers. We have room for them all.
Thank you, Dr. Dyson. Can you go back to the basketball slide, Ms. Cohn? I was a high school principal for many, many, many years, and one of the favorite parts of my week would be going to our basketball games, football games, all the different sports. But I do want to just emphasize the importance of sportsmanship. We expect all of our, and most, I will say 99% of our students portray or demonstrate excellent sportsmanship during the course of the different athletic activities we had. But I will say, and I'm saying this publicly, so it's no misunderstandings, if we have students who do not demonstrate excellent sportsmanship and break school rules, you will be held accountable. I do want to be very clear about that. I also want to say when we have spectators who attend our games and our spectators fail to follow rules, as general rules, and they break the law, we also hold those folks accountable. So I want to be very clear about that. And that could take the form of a indefinite no trespassing order for all of our schools. So again, the purpose is to celebrate our athletes, to promote school spirit, to have fun, but we expect everybody to be on their very best behavior when they come to our different sporting events. And again, tomorrow's a big, big, big event, and we expect the best from everyone in the community. So I'll close with that. Thank you. Okay, this time we're going to report out on the Professional Development Advisory Committee.
I need a motion to approve the formation of a Professional Development Advisory Committee.
So moved.
I have a motion from Trustee Shola Barber.
Second.
I have a second from Trustee McGlynn. Section 101, subsection 10 of the State School Aid Act permits school districts to count up to 38 hours of qualifying professional development, PD, for teachers as pupil instruction hours, days. This provision enables districts to acknowledge the crucial role that educator learning plays in enhancing instructional quality and student achievement. To ensure compliance, the district must document the structure, membership, and recommendation of its PD advisory committee and maintain accurate records of approved PD hours. The Professional Development Advisory Committee will be composed of a majority of teaching staff representing a range of grade levels and subject areas, non-teaching staff, parents, and administrators. The committee will be responsible for recommending at least 8 hours of professional development to be counted as instructional time, maintaining and submitting meeting minutes that document discussions, recommendations, and decisions, and ensuring that all PD activities designated as instructional hours align with district improvement goals and state requirements. Trustee Johnson? Trustee Murphy?
Yes.
Trustee Shola Barber?
Yes.
Trustee McGlynn?
Yes.
Trustee Hill?
Yes.
And I say yes. Is there any discussion? Trustee Shola Barber.
I would just like to say I've always been pretty impressed with the professional development at KPS. And we want to encourage, as we all want our children to learn, that a lifelong learning of your career as whatever in whatever capacity is so important. So I'm sure this committee will be extremely effective, but we've always encouraged this, and I love seeing that we're doing this in a very, very robust manner with new technology, with new things in SEO, with new things in literature. As Trustee McGlynn had said, it's so important that we keep our staff up to date, as well as them coming to us with things that they would like to learn more about. So congratulations to everybody.
Trustee Hill.
So I'm a nurse, and as with nursing, we have professional development, and it's wonderful that teachers have it too, because you're always interacting with students. You got to stay on your game. You got to stay ahead of the crowd, and just to have an advisory committee to figure out what is that, what we want to learn, what we want to work towards, and then that counts as their hours towards maintaining their license, because we all have license. So I think that's great. And then it gives everybody a voice to help decide what we want to do and how it goes and what it looks like. And everything's changing. We're getting new programs and we're always changing and up. Cool. Thank you.
Seeing no further discussion, now we will have persons requesting to address the board. Brad Schmidt.
I just want to say thank you for allowing me to speak to all of you. I've been a teacher, a coach, a parent in this district for 20 plus years. And I try to come to the board meetings as often as I can with coaching and parenting and all those things. It's hard to make all these. But I wanted to come tonight because I was available. And with the passing of Coach Duckett and the recent memorial that we held at Lynden High School at the Kasdorf Auditorium, it was very appreciated that we were able to do that at the venue. I know that wasn't an easy task to get done, but then also with this passing too, it made me realize that we definitely need to make sure that we're giving flowers to the people while they're here. And so I want to appreciate all of you for all the work that you're doing for the district and all the things that that you guys do behind the scenes that not all of us see. So I appreciate that very much. There's been a lot of opportunities I've had as a teacher and a parent and a coach here in the district, and I just want to say that I appreciate working here. I appreciate living here. But there is one gap that I feel like I've addressed the board on before that I feel like we really need to address, and that is having a field house available either for both high schools or a shared field house for our district. I feel like, especially with the winter we just had, as cold as it was, the conditions that we had, if we had a field house, it would allow for more opportunities for athletics or people just to stay fit, community members to come in, walk, run, do whatever to stay fit in the winter months that we have here in Kalamazoo. It also provides an opportunity for kids that we don't necessarily have in our current structures. Kids now are running in hallways, and it can get very crowded in the buildings doing those things. We just don't have the facilities that a lot of schools do. There's district that are Division I, Division II, and Division III that all have field houses. And we are one of the few that don't. And I really feel like it's a hole that we need to fill. I know we have a field house in town at Western. It's been very, very hard to get time for our kids to go there. It's been almost impossible. And so, searching and trying to find ways to get our kids active is really important to me. I know Coach Duckett, said that when he was trying to get out of his situation that he was in Chicago, running was his way out. And running was his opportunity to get somewhere that he wasn't able to get to before, which ended up being Kalamazoo. And so I know there's a lot of kids that maybe team sports isn't for them. Track is a team sport, but it's also an individual sport. So it allows them to gain that individual notoriety, but also slowly build them into what the team culture can be and building a team without having to always rely on the team aspect of sports. And so I really feel like if you guys could consider that. I know we talked a lot about the bond stuff at this meeting. If that could be a future consideration, I would really appreciate it. I know our kids would really appreciate this in this district.
Thank you. Under seeing no other people requesting to address the board, other business, there's professional development requests for both Trustee Murphy and Trustee Johnson. And now we will have comments by trustees. Trustee McGlynn.
I just want to take a minute to congratulate everybody that came earlier tonight to King Westwood and to Lynden Grove and to the robotics team. Um, I haven't seen robotics recently, but I've done it in the past and it really is amazing. And so I think I'll make an effort to make sure I check something in robotics out because it's been a little while. Um, I was able to attend the Student Advisory Council meeting this week. We've been going to the Advisory Council meetings and talking about what a board does and our work. And I just have to say how impressed I was with the students and the quality of the discussion that we had there. And I just think, wow, we have some just really amazing students, and the future is looking good with students like that. So very appreciated. It was also a really great opportunity to see Dr. Slate in action and his interactions and the passion he brings to that. So really appreciate that. I also went to the parent engagement technology event this week, and I sat in on a session on social media. And what I have to say is, boy, like having a young child and what we're dealing with social media right now is just pretty amazing. But what was great about this session is they gave lots of information about ways that you can be able to interact on some of these apps and kind of be able to watch what your kids without seeing everything they're doing, but like the number of interactions they have in Snapchat and who they're talking to and things like that. So there were lots of great ways to be able to help monitor and also just really control. Like we were talking earlier about, kids taking computers to bed or phones to bed or things like that. That's one thing that parents can do is just not allow that to happen. But I know that it's just going to continue to get more challenging as we go. The other thing I thought was very interesting is how one parent talked about the fact that their kids don't understand. They think everything they see on social media is truth. And, so helping to teach our kids to be questioning and not accepting everything for truth is huge. So, anyways, it was a small turnout, but I think it was really great. And I think if we continue to do those activities, more and more parents will pick up on them. And there was just great information shared. So, thank you.
Trustee Shola Barber.
I just want to piggyback on what Trustee McGlynn had said, and I'm handing out an example of that parent night, the session that we did go to. And the thing that I was very impressed with, as I'll just say everything that Trustee McGlynn did, but also the instructors approached it from not a punitive, like be or a fearful or a trying to stop it. It's part of our life. It's part of our world. And so I felt it was very, very practical, very real, that it's here, we can do this. There was examples of websites to watch, websites to learn more, websites you can be with your children on. And so it was very effective. Matter of fact, all my comments are about the efficacy of KPS, and it's not necessarily the board. We all support that, but it was about parts of the dynamics of KPS. So in my first one is congratulations to the third year of Saturdays, or the third annual Saturday school. That is an accomplishment. It has become a part of our culture. And so I really have to say thank you. And I love, I'm going to go to Dr. Dyson on this one. And this comes and it weaves through all my comments too. I love that you said we have room for all of them. Room for all. I just think no matter what. And so all these comments that I'm making are exactly that. So I was able to witness a computer modulated El Sol as the El Sol design team. And again, that's made up of instructors and Tower Pinkston and Karen Jackson, and it's so exciting to see what's coming. That was just really, really a cool thing. See you all at Literacy Night. The thing that I think is so amazing about Literacy Night is not only are we talking literacy, we are walking it. This is where it is. This is the practicality of it. It is something that's in your life. It is not something that is you do from 2 to 2:15 or 3 to 3 o'clock in your classroom. There are many aspects of it, and all schools and having them weaving in again, bringing our parents who we really respect so much into our building. I think that's just amazing. And Zoobotics, how each of these individuals up here, congratulations to them. And I think, I don't know this, if someone could help me, there's a lot of volunteers helping with that too. Again, we're bringing the community, we're bringing the parents in. The to Dr. Dewey and the parent engagement team, that was just really an amazing situation. I just I can't I was just it was a really great, even though it's the grayness of winter and it's a little bit of a hard time. There's many excellent things going on in KPS. And to that, I want to do a little bit about what's going on at Loy Norix in the sports. They're excelling through winter tournaments. Wrestling, junior Dennis Allen Warmack has qualified for the MHSAA individual relay at Portage Northern. Dennis already is over 100 career victories and will be trying to advance to the MHSAA state final this weekend. And I'm going to put a little footnote there. Trustee Hill and I were able to go to a swim meet. First of all, we came out with little leaves. It's so humid in there. You're just, it's a free sauna, nothing else. But it was so cool to see the parents involved and the different teams, individuals. Like I think it's the 500, and the other teammates putting signs in the water and helping them out. It was a great experience. Going back, swimming and diving. The team finished 8-1 in dual meets, have qualified 6 athletes for the MHSAA state finals as they prepare for the SMAC conference meet next weekend. And I will say, Trustee Hill is a wonderful nurse because every time they dove, she was a little anxious about, too close. Watch that healer. Watch that head. It was pretty exciting. Men's basketball has a 14-6 record and have been preparing all season with an extremely difficult schedule, playing the top 3 teams in the state. Their state tournament will begin Wednesday at Sturgis, shout out, at 5:30 versus Sturgis or Battle Creek Lakeview. The MHSAA Men's Division Regional will be played at our home Loy Norix, March 3rd and 5th. The women's tournament will begin in Battle Creek Central on March 2nd. Spring sports will begin on March 9th. And physicals. This is a big deal with our clinics and whatever. Physicals that you need to get for if you want to be in the spring sports activities, you can get it at the Knights Health Center as soon as possible. You just have to make an appointment. That was from Loy Norix, and then from Kalamazoo Central. Nope, I don't have Kalamazoo Central, so we'll just have to catch up with them next week. Thank you very much for your time. And again, I'm going to say all the things I mentioned is a tribute to the huge staff, to Dr. Slade and everyone else that is part of KPS, all the administrators and whatever. It's just very exciting times, and thank you for all you do.
Trustee Murphy.
Thank you. So I will go as quickly as I can. The first thing is anyone who remembers the play Clue, Loy Norix is putting that on. Tonight was their opening night. That will be at 7 p.m. Tonight, tomorrow night, Saturday night, and 2 p.m. on Sunday. Tickets at the door, and don't forget to use your gold card. I wanted to congratulate the mechanics of Kalamazoo Public Schools that work on our buses. They passed their inspection with flying colors, which makes me feel better that all of our children are riding safe buses. I wanted to congratulate the KPS Food Service, who won the Best Retail Award along with Spirit of Kalamazoo. Congratulations. They win every year because they're super cool. We're lucky to have them cooking for us. First Day Shoe Fund fittings are starting right around now. I know that I will be attending one on Monday, so please make sure that your kids are able to attend on their day. And that's it. Thank you very much.
Trustee Johnson.
Again, happy Black History Month. It's almost over, but it's a great time. Really, I don't have any announcements except for the masquerade ball being on the 21st for Young Kings and Queens March. Again, I do want to continue to push the Youth Connect for April 1st. That's within community. I believe it's happening. Again, from Hope Through Navigation. And mentally, I'm preparing for spring break already. So, I'm hoping that the teachers are too. I'm sure that they have it on the calendar and are doing a countdown. But that's really all I have for right now.
Trustee Hill.
Yes, I went to attended the Loynork swimming and diving meet, and diving does scare me, but I was a swimmer, so I enjoyed the swimming part. I also had an opportunity to go to the parent advisory committee and to speak with the parents, and that was really neat. They had a lot of great ideas. They asked a lot of questions. And the most interesting one was back to the computers. They would rather their kids not take their computer to their room and stay up all night looking at the computer, and they were even okay if we like didn't send computers home all the time with the students, because then they would go outside and play. So I thought that was interesting. And I had an opportunity to help out with ladies lacrosse. It's preseason. They're at Maple Street, and so my daughter's the coach, so I'm helping with that. But while I'm there, the Maple Street wrestling team came home with the trophy. So there's a tournament between the 4 middle schools, and Maple Street won this year. So I just want to shout out to all the wrestlers because they did a great job, and the 3 coaches, Mr. Ballantyne, Mr. Eldridge, and Mrs. McKinney. So I thought that was a lot of fun. That's all for this week.
I don't have too many things. I was fortunate enough to attend the Career Connect open house last week. If you have not had the opportunity to take a look at the building, I encourage everyone in the community to see the gym that it is. I also encourage students in our district that have an interest in exploring some of the pathways that are offered to do what you need to do to make sure that you secure a spot for the 2026-2027 school year. I am super excited to be able to go out with the superintendent next week to attend Knock and Talk events. I believe in the other side of the work that we do to make sure that our attendance progress is progressing. And so I'm really excited to be of service to the community in doing that. Wanted to congratulate all of the students that we recognized tonight. We are very proud of you. Am super excited about the Kalamazoo Central Loynorks game and inviting the community to come out and show support to our student athletes. And am also gently reminding the community to make sure that when you come out, you are on your best behavior. I'm also inviting the community to come out on the 23rd to attend the strategic plan meeting. The administrative team put a lot of effort into that plan, and it's something that this community should be really proud of. So I'm hoping that we will have more people than seats. Congratulations, Dr. Dyson and your team on the 3rd annual Saturday School. Looking forward to attending as many literacy night events as I most possibly can. Hoping that we have full kindergarten and PEEP orientation sessions. And then these last 2 things are something, both my own silent thank yous. I want to give the biggest thank you to the school secretaries for all of the silent work that you do. I want to extend a very special shout out to the secretary at Lincoln. I just want you to know that you are seen and that you are appreciated. And then finally, I did not have the opportunity to attend the event for Coach Duckett, but Coach Duckett was my track coach when I was a student at Loynorks. And there's something that Mr. Smith said that I didn't realize was the silent lesson that Coach Duckett taught me, but running was my way out. And I was a hurdler at Loyal Orks, and Duckett was very instrumental in making sure that my form was correct. And it is that form that he taught me that has helped me to overcome a lot of obstacles. And it is that form that he taught me that is helping me to move this district forward and overcoming a lot of obstacles. So I just want to honor Coach Duckett and let him know that he did teach me that running is my way out. And with that being said, Superintendent, if you don't have anything, I move that the board convene in closed session for the following reason. Pursuant to Section 8, Section H of the Open Meetings Act, Michigan Code Law 15.268, Section 8, the board can meet in closed session to consider material exempt from open discussion or disclosure by state or federal statute. And under Michigan Code Law 15.243, Section 1, Section G, information or records subject to attorney-client privilege are confidential and exempt from public disclosure. Accordingly, I move that the board convene in closed session to review a written legal opinion of Counsel Clark Hill, PLC, which written legal opinion is exempt from disclosure as privileged and confidential documents pursuing to the attorney-client privilege. Need a motion, please?
So moved.
I have a motion from Trustee Murphy. I need a second.
Second.
I have a second from Trustee Hill. We may wait. All in favor? Trustee
Aye.
Johnson. Trustee Johnson. Trustee Murphy.
Aye.
Trustee Schiller Barber.
Yes.
Trustee McGlynn.
Yes.
Trustee Hill. And I say yes. We may or may not return to the board floor. The next meeting of the Board of Education will take place on the 5th of March, 2026 at 7:00 p.m. Thank you.
Is that set up in here, man? Yeah.